Hey, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Chatty House.
Norm got the belt today. Hey, congratulations, Norm. At least that's what it says on my screen. Oh, we're all back in on Devin Carter now? Okay. Didn't know I missed that. Ugh. How was everyone's weekend?
What's up, Stephen C? What's up?
What up,
Shout
bro?
out.
What up?
Man in here, Warren. Tyler
Filthy's
Jennings.
here. Manny's here. Warren, we are up in here. Hey, this is so true.
Yeah. Red Bunny was the best part of it.
That's very good.
Stephen C, maybe they shouldn't have been there.
Well, what are you going to do, you know? All right, 30 seconds. What up, Tyler?
So, Vincent.
All right, here we go. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, happy Monday, February 9th. I'm Kyle Madsen. That is Jesse Tapia, and we are hanging out with you for the next couple hours.
Yes, we are.
On a Monday. The Monday after Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll entertain you more than that game did yesterday.
I hope so.
That game was trash. Not trash. Look, it's not.
It wasn't trash.
It wasn't trash. It wasn't trash.
trash.
I almost did that. It wasn't trash, but it wasn't good either.
No.
Shout out to the Seahawks. Probably the best team in the league all year long, but
they were. The right team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, and
who knows? Maybe the team that lost probably shouldn't have been there. Who knows?
It kind of seemed like it.
Yeah, like if Bo Nix doesn't break his ankle, maybe we get a little bit of a better game.
Yeah.
That's like my hot take coming out of the game, I guess. No, I'm not trying.
I don't think it's that hot of a take.
And I'm not even trying to disrespect the Patriots. I've been, Drake May's in the MVP conversation all year.
He
long.
was
trying to give him the credit and all that, but it's just like, oh yeah, no, that was tough.
There's more gray area than that.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can acknowledge that the Patriots probably shouldn't have been in the Super Bowl, and simultaneously say that Drake May was a legitimate, high-quality MVP candidate.
Yes.
But nothing about the playoffs. And you have to win the games, and you have to do what it takes to win the games. I get it. Shout out to New England. But I don't. I'm with you. And I thought this going into the game. I thought the Pats were going to get steamrolled. And they did.
Yeah,
because Seattle is just, and I don't know that outside of the Rams, I don't know that there was a team that was going to give Seattle a great game. We saw the Super Bowl in the NFC title game.
Yeah, maybe Denver, because I think that Denver offensively just had the weapons that New England didn't.
Maybe
it helps them out. I'm not saying I still think Seattle would have won and all those things. I think just looking at it as a whole, Seattle and the Rams are probably the two best teams in the league, and then there was everyone else. But I think maybe you get a better matchup that way. But point being, it was them two and everyone else all year.
Yeah, and it just it never felt like it was going to be close.
It wasn't.
It never felt like, oh, hey, here comes New England. They just never put a drive together while the game was in hand.
Yeah.
Or while the game was, before the game was out of hand, before the game was out of hand, that made you think, oh, hey, we might get a little game here. Like, no, when it got to 9-0, I'm like, they got to score twice.
The second half gets here.
Uh-oh.
I was making burgers yesterday, so I was outside and cleaning up and stuff. The second half gets here. I walk inside. It's not even a minute has passed yet, and then the Patriots are already punting on their first drive.
Yes.
It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, how did you run 3 plays already, which is like over with and done with, and they're already punting? But it's just that's the kind of game it was for them.
Well, and every 49ers fan is watching that game play out, and New England punts on their first drive, and after going down 3-0, and it was like watching the last 2 Niner games against Seattle all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just going to put you in a spot where you're going to be in a negative game script against the best defense in the sport, and you're just not going to win. They're going to make you play one-handed. They're going to make you play within the box that they want you to play in, and when that happens, you're toast.
Yeah.
It's what Oklahoma City was so good at in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Making you play their game and dictating the terms. And Seattle was just, to me, I think the only doubt you and I had when we would talk about this during the year was whether Sam Darnold could put together enough good football to get them to a Super Bowl.
At minimum, he was always just what they needed. He was kind of that yesterday.
Yes.
Like at the bare minimum, he was that, and if not, he was better. So I mean, the guy was great all year.
Yeah, he led the league in turnovers during the regular season. Sam Darnold did, and then had 0 in the postseason. They did not turn the ball over in 3 postseason games.
He did the opposite of what we've seen in this postseason. He was just calm, cool, and collected. And I think going forward too, like we can't do the whole. I saw this way too many times. Just say, "Oh, Sam Darnold went from seeing ghosts to this," or remember when Sam Darnold? Like we got to let that go now. Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He's a franchise QB in the league. I think he deserves respect the same way the other quarterbacks get it.
I think
if he has a bad game, then yeah, we can talk about it and stuff like that. But I don't think there's any doubts about Sam Darnold being a quarterback in the league anymore.
I don't think there's anything to talk about if he has a bad game, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You talk about the game itself, but it's not like, oh yeah, I don't know if Seattle could do it with Sam Darnold, blah blah blah. Like, dude, you start looking elsewhere. It's like, no, Sam Darnold is their quarterback.
Maybe this is just a Seattle specific thing. And maybe it is just because, with the 49ers, watching them lose, was it 54-9 in those 2 games? Maybe it's just that kind of sticking out.
Yeah.
But I think Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl and winning it in this fashion, because again, it wasn't like Sam Darnold turned into an MVP candidate. It's not like he went from seeing ghosts to throwing for 5,200 yards and 48 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Like, no, man. He's, for the most part, the guy he's always been.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call him a top 10 quarterback in the league or anything like that coming out of that game. Like, yeah, he's a good quarterback.
But the fact is, we've talked about this a million times, how the Tom Brady era lasted so long and butted up against the Patrick Mahomes era that for 25 years, it was like, oh, you have to have a top 3 quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it turns out, no, you need a competent quarterback.
I think the game has changed a bit too, though. Because back then, like, those guys existed. Like, it wasn't just Tom Brady. Like, yeah, he was the guy, but like Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, like there was Hall of Famers on top of Hall of Famers. It was kind of like, oh, maybe you can land one of these guys. Like even Phillip Rivers is really good, borderline Hall of Fame if you want to have that conversation. Not now, but just saying. But like there was a bunch of those guys. Now I feel like the game is where like it's more catered to where like the coach is like, here's my system, just run my system and we'll be successful. Kind of like when we first started seeing with the Rams and Jared Goff towards the end or whatever, where it's like, yeah, just hit the guy that tells you he's gonna be open or whatever, and it's gonna be that. I feel like it's just more the McVays, the Shanahans, the McDaniels, the LaFleurs. It's just like I just need a guy who can run my system, will be successful. Not trying to knock the quarterbacks, but just like I said, the game has changed a bit, I think.
It felt, and again, maybe this is a one-off from this year, but it felt like in the NFL, the defense wins championships, like mantra, had gone away. It was offense wins championships. Can your defense be middle of the road and good enough to get off the field on 3rd and long?
Yeah.
That was kind of because your offense is going to score enough. Can your defense get a couple of stops? It's the Patriots, and it's not the Patriots, the Chiefs in 2019. That was a really good offense and their defense was just good enough. They got the couple of stops they needed against the 49ers and won the Super Bowl because of it. Same thing in 2023. I think this year flipped that back a little bit, where it felt like the teams that really had a shot were Seattle. You talk about Denver. The Patriots, the only reason they were in that game a little bit is because their defense was good enough.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder if maybe that's a one-off for this year.
I hope not. Tell me old school football's back. We're gonna be running the ball.
Back,
running the ball in January and playing defense finally.
Kicking field goals. It might be real football might be back.
It is until they throw all these domes on these stadiums.
Dude.
Kenneth Walker was amazing yesterday too.
He was really good. He was really, really good. Deserved MVP, right?
Yeah. As opposed to like who else would have deserved it?
The kicker.
No.
Jason Myers.
No.
Scored the most points in Super Bowl history.
Hey, that's great, buddy. Hey, Kenneth Walker got us all the way down the field. We need you to come finish it off now. Like, nah, sorry.
No, but Kenneth Walker couldn't get him in the end zone.
Well, Kenneth Walker's one man. All right. Myers can kick the ball from damn near anywhere, and it's like, all right, we're cool. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
shout out
to kickers. Like, he's a Super Bowl champion, but you could never be an MVP in my book.
Never.
No, I don't want. No, can you imagine giving the MVP to a kicker?
It'd be incredible.
No,
I felt like it was deserved yesterday.
Adam Vinatieri was never an MVP, Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah, he never made 5 field goals in a game.
Don't care. Never had Kenneth Walker get him down the field enough.
Tom Brady.
That's the bar. If Adam Vinatieri never did it, then yeah, we're fine. We don't need to give it to Jason Myers.
Adam Vinatieri, Hall of Famer, by the way. Before Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Myers can go into the Hall of Fame too if he wants. Just not win Super Bowl MVP. Not in my league.
It felt like it was heading that way for a while.
Yeah, I was kind of scared.
It was really early on when it was like 12-0. Like, hey, we might
Jason Myers again.
Jason Myers might be it. And then no, you're right. Kenneth Walker, while he didn't get in the end zone, which is very clearly the best player.
Probably look at one of the defensive guys too before you do Jason Myers.
Which one though?
Whoever who scored the touchdown again?
Uchenna Nwosu?
I'm just saying before you give it to the kicker.
No.
Yes.
His touchdown was meaningless.
That's fine.
If you take away his touchdown, they still win by a lot.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it that
Jason Myers 5 field goals. It's a 1-point game.
Doesn't matter. And I know I'm hating right now too.
You are hating.
I know. I acknowledge.
I don't like this at all.
This is the one part of sports fandom was like, yes, I am.
This is my problem. See, we out here watch a lot of 49ers, and there's a lot of 49ers fans up here in the Sacramento area, and I don't know how you could be locked into the 49ers at all over the last couple of years and still tell me that kickers don't matter.
No, they do.
Kickers matter enough that had that game continued to be a defensive slugfest.
If it would have finished 12-0, he would have been the MVP.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Okay, I just
would have hated it.
I just needed to get.
Yeah, if that's what you wanted.
I just needed to get to the path where Jason Myers was the MVP.
Yeah, no, if they would have finished 12-0, it's like, yeah, Jason Myers at 4 field goals. Yeah, he would have been MVP.
It was perfectly. It perfectly encapsulated the season. Seattle was the best team.
Yeah,
they were the best team on the field. They deserved to win. They were the correct champion. As much as you might hate it, as much as I hate it, that was the right thing happened. And they did it with an awesome defense, Kenneth Walker being awesome, and Sam Darnold being good enough. And that's not a knock. That's not a shot. That is the reality of what the Seahawks are. They built a winner. They built a Super Bowl winning team.
Everything you just said got them a Super Bowl. Yeah, it's not a knock at all.
Yeah.
Like it worked.
Yeah. And I wonder now if you're San Francisco and you're Kyle Shanahan or you're John Lynch and you're looking at what the Seahawks did to win a Super Bowl and the fact you have to play them twice a year now. I kind of wonder if you rethink your team building at all.
Rethinking in what way though? Because like you already got the quarterback who is better than Seattle's, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I think you find running back.
Yeah,
you're just missing a wide receiver one. I mean, but maybe you're looking at the trenches though.
Yeah,
that was horrible for New England yesterday.
I don't think you can go in. Yeah, they spent a first-round pick on Will Campbell, and he just got his ass whooped.
That was a child playing left tackle yesterday. That was a child.
Tough.
That was a child.
So that's the big one I wonder, because I do think they're going to continue to invest in their defensive line. They have to. But what Seattle does defensively is like innovative and creative, and they took a player like Nicky Manwari. He's their rookie defensive back from South Carolina. Just big, super fast, tested like crazy. And instead of saying, hey, we're going to put him at safety, they made him like a hybrid nickel corner. So he's just kind of around the football all the time.
Yeah.
And they find ways, they found a way to take a player who all the pre-draft evaluation was like, yeah, he's not really a deep safety. Yeah, he's not really like a cover corner. Like he's kind of this weird tweener. And they figured out a way to use him. They figured out a creative way to use him. So I think that's something the 49ers have to do, is just get athletes on the defensive side. But then offensively, I do not think that in the modern NFL, with the way the sport is going, I do not think that you can continue throwing out an offensive line and Kyle Shanahan has said this is his philosophy. Their offensive line coach, Miami Dolphins legend Chris Forrester, has said this is his philosophy. It is use the high draft picks and spend the money on the guys that score touchdowns. All you need on the offensive line is like C-level offensive line play. Can you get league average offensive line play across the board? If you do that, you're going to be good enough. And it's like, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's right. If you have to beat Seattle, if your championship hopes go through Seattle, and God forbid you run into New England or Denver or Houston in the Super Bowl, you're screwed. You're always going to have a little bit of a ceiling where your offense and your scheme are not going to be able to overcome what is going to be a weakness every time you go up against one of those top defensive lines.
So are you making the offensive line a higher priority than wide receiver 1 this season?
Not necessarily, but I do think if you're not drafting an offensive lineman in the first round, I think you have to address it early on day 2.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, you should always address the trenches and things like that early if you get the right guy. But also, like, looking at it this year, I don't know if they need to re-switch the way they build or anything like that. Just having the conversation about, just because like they've been successful over the last few years. Like looking at it this year, like they were injured as could be. They weren't really strong at wide receiver or anything like that. They weren't really strong anywhere, it felt like. But somehow, some way, they were just winning. Like, I don't know if you need to reshape everything you're doing. Like, yeah, you need to add to your offensive line, but I mean, in general, like, yeah, the way they've done things has gotten them to a couple Super Bowls. I mean, they haven't won them yet, but
the Seahawks have also not been this good.
Yeah.
And the Rams aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think you just kind of look at the landscape of the league and you look at the teams that gave the 49ers problems this year. And I think it starts up front.
Yeah, no,
you watch how Seattle dominated in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree because I mean, just looking at the Niners now, I don't think they have they're not Super Bowl caliber in the trenches, even with Nick Bosa coming back. Like, you're still going to need more. You're going to add to that. Same with the offensive line. So I guess I don't necessarily disagree, but also like I'm not getting a high priced offensive line compared to the best wide receiver one if it's out there. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't this is not about one draft pick.
I mean, I think
one free agent signing.
I think the Niners are fine though. Like,
it's just more
looking at your point, like
philosophical thing.
Yeah, I don't think you need to change anything philosophical wise. It's just, I feel like once you get out of not your comfort zone, but just the way you do things and the way you've done things, because like I said, you've been successful. It's kind of where you start to, I guess, make mistakes.
I would push back on that by saying they were successful. They haven't had a home run draft in 6 years. Like they fell backwards on accident into Brock Purdy. That's the only reason that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch still have jobs.
Yeah, but also like
they have not drafted well. George Kittle's getting old. Christian McCaffrey's getting old. Trent Williams is getting old. They're still riding the backs of this core that they largely built 5 years ago. 5+ years ago. They got Trent Williams in 2020.
Well, if they don't draft well, I guess that's a larger issue because what is taking offensive linemen in the first? Like, they have a drafting problem then. What is taking offensive linemen going to do? Like, you have a drafting problem then.
Yeah, right. Which means I think they need to rethink how they look at their roster and how they build their teams. I think they need a massive overhaul in their front office thought process.
I got you, but do you trust, I guess, them to draft the right guys then? Seeing their history over the last few years?
If they are changing the way that they view that, not necessarily the way they view the sport, but what they need to remain competitive, then sure. But I don't like we talk about number one wide receiver. Does Kyle Shanahan look at what the 49ers offense was unable to do against Seattle and change what he thinks a number one wide receiver is? Or does he continue to go, nope, this is what I think a number one wide receiver looks like, and we're just going to take this guy and maybe. And that may be a poor example.
Yeah.
Because Brandon Ayuk was that. I think if Ricky Pearsall was healthy, he could be that. But when they look at a defensive lineman or a wide receiver in the second round who might just be super physically talented. And they're like, no, we don't want he's super physically gifted, but he can't run A, B, and C routes, so we don't want him. Like, are you willing to take flyers on those high upside guys, those high ceiling guys, instead of the high floor guys?
If it's me, no. And honestly, I'm not. I don't know if I'm even looking for my wide receiver 1 through the draft this year from the 49ers. And I think you can kind of broaden this out too. Maybe they just need a playmaker, whether it be a star offensive lineman, defensive lineman, or a wide receiver that kind of helps them get to the next level. Like, they're just missing not a one piece, but like I said, just that playmaker, just that guy that makes an impact, not just at his spot, but for others too.
Yeah,
like
they need a
star. It was CMC, and it's like, yeah, like what, like Trent Williams was probably that at one point too. Now he's taking a step back, and it's like you're missing that again. So like I said, yeah, it can be your offensive lineman, it could be the defensive line or wide receiver, but I think that's just kind of what they're missing, rather than like, yeah, we got to change things up here.
They need to. This is going to be a common through line throughout the offseason with the Kings and with the 49ers. As badly as the Kings need to hit their first round pick, I think if the 49ers are going to remain competitive and in Super Bowl contention, because they're competitive now. They won 12 games and they hung in there despite the injury stuff. But I don't know if they're fully healthy if they're competing with Seattle this year.
Yeah, if it's just them and the Rams just feel like a level above, like we said earlier, even if they are healthy, the 49ers, because you just know Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall isn't scaring anyone on those defenses. Not that the Rams defense was great or whatever towards the end of the season, but I mean, that offense, like, they put up about 30 a game. Like, I don't know if you're going to get that from Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall.
Sure.
Christian McCaffrey, a lot of people talked about how he took a step back a little bit this year. He was great, but also like he slowed down a bit. What's that going to look like next year?
Yeah.
Like, offensively, it's just, I don't know if you can compete right now.
Yeah, man. They got a lot of thinking to do on that side of the ball, for sure. I also think,
we have a radio show. You can say your thoughts.
I also think Kyle Shanahan has always been, and one of the things that makes him a good coach is he's always a step ahead of what defenses are doing.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to run this type of scheme. Oh, here's how defenses are adjusting. Here's how I'm going to preemptively adjust. And so while they're still adjusting to the rest of the league doing this one thing, Kyle Shanahan's now doing a different thing that's countering what defenses do. You have a lesser version of Christian McCaffrey. You no longer have Deebo Samuel. You no longer have Brandon Ayuk. You have
George Kittle's probably going to be gone for a little while.
George Kittle, who's going to be out at least, I would imagine, the first couple of months. He told Eric Branch of the San Francisco Chronicle he's going to be back well before November. I'm skeptical. So let's say he's out the first couple of months minimum.
Yeah.
You have Kyle Juszczyk, who's aging and not quite the player he once was. He has a chance, Kyle Shanahan does, to completely overhaul what his offense is. To completely rethink. It's not replace George Kittle. It's, okay, you're still going to have George Kittle, but how do you make him less of a focal point? How do you make your offense less reliant on Kyle Juszczyk? Or how do you change the way you use Kyle Juszczyk to make him as effective as possible? How do you figure out how to use Christian McCaffrey and then mix in another running back who can be effective alongside Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Or if Christian McCaffrey goes down, it doesn't completely derail your offense. Like, these are the little things. And now you can completely remake your receiving core with people who aren't Demarcus Robinson. Like, you have a chance to overhaul what you're doing offensively, where you're not adhered to, man, hey, these are our best players, so our offense has to revolve around them. Like, you don't have that anymore. You're at, I feel like, square. You could be, if you want to be, at square one.
I feel like they should have come to that realization at the end of the season. I mean, it was a great year. You won 12 games and all that, but I think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch know it's like, all right, we still need something else. Like, we can't just go another year with these guys. And it's like, all right, yeah. Not to say that this year was fool's gold or anything like that, but it's just, I'm not sure you're getting 12 wins out of the squad again.
I agree. That's why I thought they needed to do that this year, and they didn't.
Like, next year might be where you're 9-8. Maybe you get to 10-7 and things like that. But it's just more so like, all right, yeah, that was a little tougher than it was last year.
Yeah. Like, just by virtue of their schedule, it's going to be tough.
Well, we kind of talked about that before the season too, where I don't know if anyone called it a gap year, but no one expected them to be probably as good as they were. Like, it's going to see, all right, see what you have, and then you move forward after that. But it's like, no, this team's won 12 games. Can they make a run in the playoffs despite all their injuries? So we'll We'll see what they end up doing, but I think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch know that they need something else going forward.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone came away with that realization, leaving that Seahawks game. At least they should have.
I think every single team in this sport had to sit there yesterday, including the Patriots, and realize they need to do something significant.
Yeah, because I brought up Denver
to reach Seattle's level.
Yeah, I brought up Denver. Maybe it would have looked different, but I'm not picking Denver to win that Super Bowl. I think Seattle far and away was the best team all year long.
Yeah.
It's just New England had no chance.
Yeah, and I just don't I don't think there's a team in the league that can look at themselves in the mirror after yesterday and say, "Oh yeah, we're right there." I think every single team is going to be looking for a significant upgrade. Every team that's trying to win the Super Bowl is going to have to make a significant upgrade somewhere.
I think the Rams probably feel like they're right there, but also they've never been shy of, like, let's just go for it again as far as getting that guy.
Yeah, if you've got Matt Stafford for 1 or 2 more years, the Rams will push picks in for sure. Especially because they have an extra first this year because of Atlanta. Post Super Bowl optimism is really fun. I know this hasn't been super optimistic, but our guy Jim Costa in Detroit, he hosts the morning show on our Odyssey station in Detroit. He's like, man, Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl. The Lions just revamped their offensive and defensive lines. They could win it. Yeah, man, for sure. I think that's every team probably feels that way right now.
Yeah, but I mean, in Detroit's case, maybe he's like actually right because you got all the skill players out there, all the skill players you need. But I think you look to the trenches though this year.
I think I'm done looking at teams and saying, "Oh, that they have that quarterback, they can't win."
They can't.
That's what this year taught me the most.
Yeah.
I used to look at the Lions and say, they have Jared Goff, they're not winning the Super Bowl. But it's really clear now that the league is trending a direction. Again, I don't know how far it's trending this direction, but the league's trending this direction where as long as your quarterback's not awful, I think you have a shot with them.
Yeah,
I kind of wonder if teams are going to start evaluating quarterbacks differently because of that.
Like in the way where they give them more time, or like how?
Yeah. Like,
well, there's a lot more Trevor Lawrences in the league than there is Josh Allen's and Joe Burrows.
Right. And it's instead of taking a swing and trying to find a guy who is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, like that top tier, going, all right, we think this guy can be middle tier. Can we now surround him with the right pieces?
Well, yeah, and Jalen Hurts, I feel like, is the perfect example of this, because Jalen Hurts, for a couple years, we've seen, wow, this dude's playing really well at the quarterback position. And then the 2 years where it's like, hey, this offensive coordinator is not great. The system is kind of disgusting. He's looked not awful, but he just hasn't looked good and things like that. There's probably more situations where that's the case than otherwise.
It's probably easier to take a mid-tier quarterback and build a winner around him.
Yeah.
Than taking a mid-tier quarterback and going, hey, we don't want to pay this guy. We don't think we can win a Super Bowl with him. Okay, he's gone. Now we got to restart the whole quarterback thing over again. No, I kind of wonder if we're going to see teams again, unless it's Nathan Peterman level bad, saying, hey, after 3 years, here's this extension. Let's keep it at a reasonable rate, and we're going to build a winner around you.
Well, yeah, Fernando Mendoza is probably going to be the first pick of the draft. And it's like, he's not this prospect, like a generational prospect or anything like that. He's probably more of a Sam Darnold type. But again, if you build around him, like, that's kind of like, you can be successful.
Those type
of quarterbacks, yeah. Shout out Klint Kubiak. Finally acknowledged he's going to the Raiders.
Hell yeah. Stacey Dales did a great job yesterday. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it on NFL Network. Stacey Dales basically asked Klint Kubiak, what's your future look like as a head coach? And he's kind of like, oh, it's up to God, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, no answers on the network? And he goes, well, you guys know I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah. She goes, for sure. And he's like, hell yeah, I'm going. I'm like, all right. Nice job, Klint. Well done.
He tried his best. JTZ in the chat asked, how sick is the Vikings organization right now? Pretty sick.
Probably. They fired their GM.
Yeah.
That's why that was a massive reason they fired their GM, is because GM said, we don't need Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy's our guy. Even though Kevin O'Connell was like, nah, let's bring Sam back.
Yeah.
Vikings are a playoff team this year with Sam Darnold.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm not going to say they would have been back in the Super Bowl and been in the Super Bowl or anything like that, but they definitely would have been a playoff team.
That's a wild sliding doors moment. because I wonder what Seattle does at quarterback if Sam Darnold's not available. Because their defense still would have been awesome.
Yeah. Is Aaron Rodgers a Seattle Seahawk?
Maybe. Is Aaron Rodgers hoisting a Super Bowl trophy right now?
I don't want to play this game no more.
Maybe. I think he is.
They're a lot better than Pittsburgh was.
Dude, Seattle's defense is so good. They needed league average quarterback play.
Yeah, they were second in the league in turnovers behind the Vikings, who I think were first. And it's like, yeah, it didn't really matter.
Didn't matter. Man, what a team. And they're going to be around a while.
Yeah.
Great news for the 49ers. All right, the Kings played a couple of fun games over the weekend. I told you, this can still be fun.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Talk about what we learned about the Kings over the weekend, and we got some thoughts from Scott Perry's press conference on Friday because that was after our show, so we'll dig into that. And you thought the Super Bowl was big? We got an even bigger game going on tonight that we'll talk about as well over the next couple hours. That's Jesse Toppy. I'm Kyle Madsen. We're the Jump on ESPN 1320 Sacramento Sports Leader.
What's up, Chatty House? Good morning to those that just dropped in.
I don't think this is true. We can talk about it, but I don't think this is true. I don't think San Francisco is in a better place if they had let Brock Purdy go to re-sign Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
Which is what you would have had to do.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's a better quarterback.
I think so, too.
Yeah. So, Miss Mac-10, Sabo. Polo, really, yeah, no. A better chance of being in the toilet bowl than that. Yeah. Stevie B, maybe, but definitely next year.
See Macklin Celebrini starting on Canada's top line right now?
Of course.
I love the Olympics. I love becoming an expert in sports. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I was so locked into ice skating yesterday.
Just wait till we get to curling.
Oh, dude, curling's already gone. Shout out to
it's already done?
Team USA going to the gold medal game in the, whatever it is, mixed curling. Went bowling on Saturday and my body still hurts.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Not a big bowler. I get bored after a little bit.
I love bowling.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I don't. Yeah, no.
I'd say I love bowling. I go probably once a year, if that. We've gone the last couple of years the day before Super Bowl, just as like a pre-Super Bowl party thing. And I'm not good. I'm not. I'm just there to drink and have a good time. I bowled a 174, which is definitely. I don't think I've never. That's the highest score I've ever gotten in my life. I was pushing for 200 for a minute.
Yeah, no,
it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I couldn't even imagine.
I was having a great time.
Can't remember the last time I went bowling. The only time we ever do go bowling is like if I'm hanging out with certain people in Modesto. It's like, oh yeah, let's go midnight bowling or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Shout out to the McHenry Bowl.
Yeah, definitely. But also, there's a reason 41-year-olds on a torn ACL don't usually compete in downhill skiing.
Yeah, shout out Lindsey Vaughn. I didn't even watch that video.
Yeah, it was really free. I watched it without sound.
I saw her start to take off, and as soon as it's like, oh no, it's where it starts. Like, all right, I don't need to see that.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. But it was also like, oh, this was the fear.
Yep.
This was the thing everybody was worried about. All right, here we go. Coming back.
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madsen and Jesse Tapia.
Hey, dang right. I'm Kyle. He's Jesse.
That's what they call me. Shout out to my mom.
Hell yeah.
Well, to my dad too, I guess. That's his name.
Yeah.
Shout out to my parents.
Yeah, shout out to your folks.
Shout out to parents.
Yeah. 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320 is the phone line. We got to talk about the Kings over the weekend. But I got also this weekend got dialed into the Olympics. And there's no sports thing more fun than locking into the Olympics and watching as though you know anything about the sport.
Oh, yeah, you're a big expert. It's like, oh, yeah, ice skating is today. I'm locked in. So-and-so's in the gold medal game. Like, it's going to be tough, but maybe they'll get it.
Watching figure skating last night, it was a re-air of figure skating last night. But having hard opinions on figure skating, I know nothing about figure skating.
Have you ever gone not figure skating? Have you ever gone ice skating?
No.
You never been on the ice rink, like just skated?
No.
Really?
Yeah, correct.
But I'm shocked you haven't tried it once. I've done it once.
How'd it go for you?
Not well.
See?
And that's why I did it once. I'm just surprised why you never have.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could do it. Just I have a level of coordination that I would feel good about being able to at least stay on my feet.
Yeah.
But if you needed me to do anything other than stay on my feet, I don't think I'd be built for it.
That's why hockey players are probably the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But anyways,
whatever.
He's Jesse. I'm Kyle. We're The Jump. We're hanging out with you until 9. So the Kings played a couple of good games over the weekend.
Yeah, they were close and competitive. It was there on Saturday. It was cool.
Lost by 9 combined points to the Clippers and the Cavs.
Devin Carter starting to play well.
Devin Carter playing well. Are we just back in?
I wouldn't say that. There's a lot that goes into Devin Carter. His coach,
I agree.
The GM that drafted him is not here.
Right.
The coach that was here when he was drafted, not here. Like, he's barely getting minutes under this new coach. And I'm not even sure if this new coach is going to be here next year. It's just he's just kind of lost.
He's going to be here next year.
We'll see. I don't know.
They're not firing Doug in the offseason.
You don't think so?
No.
I have thoughts. But
okay, go on.
We'll talk about it later when we get to the press conference, things like that. I don't know how committed they are to Doug Christie right now.
Okay.
But point being, it's like just Devin Carter's been a guy that's been lost on the shuffle, and maybe he finally gets to make his mark here. But I just wonder if that's going to be the case going forward still.
Yeah, I'm really torn with Devin
Carter.
Really
well.
With Devin Carter specifically, he is playing really well. And they lost to the Clippers by 3. They lose to the Cavs by 6. Tight games. Felt good about specifically how the young guys played, and we'll get to Dylan Cardwell. We'll get to Nick Clifford. But it's really tough because seeing Devin Carter put the ball in the hoop is great, but that was never the question with Devin Carter. We saw him go down to the G League and put the ball in the hoop really effectively, and it's like, yeah, if he gets the opportunity to take a bunch of shots, he can score. How does he fit in the ecosystem of a good basketball team, though? That's still a question for me.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see him on the court. I'm happy that he's finally getting some tick, which he probably should have been getting a long time ago. So that's great. And the fact that he's turned in 32 points in the last 2 games. He had 14, 4, and 4 on Friday. 14 points, 4 boards, 4 assists.
Yeah, for a guard, he gets on the boards pretty well.
Yeah, man. Really good rebounder. I just don't know exactly where he fits in a basketball ecosystem.
He probably doesn't yet right now with his team, but if he keeps playing well, he'll find a spot, I think, going forward.
Yeah.
Because if we're coming out of these games like, oh yeah, the lottery pick they drafted a couple years ago or last year's playing well, and like, yeah, why wouldn't you keep him around?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I again, I don't want to overreact to a couple good Devin Carter games.
Well, that's the thing too. Yeah, I'm not expecting Devin Carter to be like, oh yeah, like you hit on a star or anything like that. Like I think looking at these young players and how they've been playing, it's like nice, but I think for me at least, I still expect them to develop into decent to good like role players. I don't think there's any stars on this team right now.
Dylan Cardwell, 14-14 against the Clippers on Friday, and then backed that up with 12 points, 11 boards, and 4 assists on Saturday against the Cavs. I was really skeptical early on with Dylan Cardwell because I watch and go, okay, this is a big who plays with a ton of energy. That's great, but like, how far can that really get you? And we're seeing him just on a night-to-night basis kind of figure out the league. You're seeing the game slow down for him.
Yeah.
You're seeing him become a more effective rebounder. He's still blocking shots. You're seeing him move the basketball a little bit more. He's just very clearly becoming more comfortable. My worry was that he was not going to be skilled enough to ever get to any kind of like not functional. That's not the word I was looking for. To get to anything more than just like energy big, which is not a bad thing. But I just kind of wondered what his ceiling was. And in the way you're kind of seeing the game slow down for him right now with the extra reps in these games where it is a lot of young players and there's not a lot of pressure to go out like, oh, you got to play within the system. We're trying to win. Like, no, he's just getting to play basketball.
He's become more than the guy who, oh yeah, he celebrates from his one dunk a game. Like he's much more than that player now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
he's a guy on this team right now.
He might be the guy on this team right now.
Yeah. What does being the guy on this team mean?
I don't know.
It's nothing.
I don't know.
Like being a pillar means nothing. The point being, yeah, Dylan Cardwell, he's not oh yeah, look at Dylan celebrating again. Like he's like, no, he can play.
Yeah. I agree. Back-to-back double-doubles. I think we're just that might be a frequent thing for him. We got to get to Nick Clifford.
The neat game.
At 30 on Saturday against the Cavs.
Give him the ball and get out the way.
That's encouraging, man.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. You brought it up. He was starting to play well and
just kind of
followed up with a 30-piece.
Just getting his sea legs a little bit. And this was always the question. It's something that James Ham, our Kings insider, would ask all the time. And it was, yeah, Nick's struggling right now, but what does he look like when he has a defined role in a system, in any kind of offensive system? And I think we're kind of seeing it. Like I thought that he looked early in the year like a player who was just kind of lost. And that worried me because I had the same feeling watching Colby Jones. Watching Colby Jones play was always, I kept expecting like, okay, the light switch is going to come on. He's going to be really effective. And then it would just never come on.
Shout out to the Colby Jones fan club.
And the game, dude, we had a good time. So you would see him play and you'd see, for me, the outline of a player. You're like, man, if he ever figures it out, he's got the skill set you like. I feel, man, if he ever once he figured it out, and he just never did. The game never slowed down.
Yeah, no.
The physicality of the game was always too much, and he never figured it out. I was worried that we might be getting there with Nick, where he just never quite figures it all the way out. And defensively, he's better than Colby Jones, and he's more physical, and he had that down. So I thought he was going to be he was going to stick in the league for that. But I was really worried offensively, particularly that night he started at point guard and took 2 shots, I think it was. And you're just like, dude, figure it out. And 2 games later, here he is.
Yeah, I think
he's scoring 30, knocking down threes.
I'm not going to grade him or anything like that, but I think he's done well for what we've seen so far, and he looks just more comfortable as the season goes on. I mean, in that Cavs game, it's like James Harden and Donovan Mitchell kind of started off slow, but they're getting to 30 points. James Harden's around 20, and they're kind of, oh, here we go. The game's about to get closed out. It's like, nope, Nick's still keeping it open.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big positive. He just needs to be consistent. That's all it is.
This is
I'm
where
less worried about like the duds and things like that, and just more so give me good 4 out of 5 games, things like that.
Yeah, because there are going to be if Nick Clifford comes out and scores 6 points tonight, it's not like, oh my God, it's all over. So I'm with you. This is what we talked about this on Friday. There are ways that this season could be a lot of fun down the stretch for the Kings, and you've seen it over the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You've seen it over the last 2 games. Yeah, young players playing well. They're playing in close games. Okay, they didn't win. You'd like to, especially if you're going out to Golden One Center, you're hanging out, you're vibing in Doko, having a great time. You'd like to walk away with a win, but I also think you want to walk away saying, man, they played the Clips really close, but hey, how good was Neek? Dylan Cardwell, 14. Like, that's
minimal progress, but it's progress. It's not, oh yeah, Zach LaVine played 38 minutes today as the Domantas Sabonis, and we didn't really see the young guys today. Like, yeah, there's positives in when it's the young players playing rather than the guys who aren't even going to be here beyond a couple of years.
Well, and you say there's minimal progress. I think that's all there's going to be.
No, yeah. Like,
there's not going to be a leap this year.
Yeah, no. And I'm not saying minimal progress in a bad way, but just more so it's finally taking inches forward. And it's going to be kind of tough and things like that. But like I said, you're just finally moving forward.
Yeah, man.
We don't know what these players are going to turn out to be. I don't think anyone expects Nick Clifford to be like a number 1 on this team, number 2, even number 3 or anything like that. But it's just, all right, now we're starting to learn who these guys are, these rookies that we drafted.
Yeah, that you drafted late in the first round. And it looks like he's at minimum a rotation player, if not a starter for you. And you have Dylan Cardwell, undrafted guy who looks like a rotation player, like a legitimate NBA rotation player who's going to go give you a double-double every night. Like that's such a massive deal. And so down the stretch where, okay, maybe wins aren't necessarily the priority. You'd like to see them win, but it's not the priority. I think this could still, we talked about it, can tanking be fun? Can you, when you know your team is trying to not win the game, it's like, yeah, it can.
Yeah, Charismatic in the chat says the last 2 games have been some of the most enjoyable so far.
Yeah, it is perfect. They lost the game, which is equivalent to a win at this point. Again, it's a weird sports thing because you're wired as a sports fan to want to win. But for the long-term health of the Kings and the long-term future of the Kings, the losses are better right now. So you're getting losses. It's not losses that come because Russell Westbrook turned the ball over a bunch and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan were shooting it a bunch of times, and Domantas Sabonis had a triple-double.
Yeah.
It's losses because, okay, those guys weren't playing and the Kings just aren't rolling out a talented enough team. But man, young guys kept it close. Young guys playing well. More opportunities.
Yeah. I'm smiling right now for the radio crew that can't see me, but it's kind of like Russ did have a couple of bad shots at the end of that game against Cleveland on Saturday.
That's fine.
No, not the reason why they lost, but yeah, it's like he's like, oh, Russ, here we go. Nope. Oh, Russ, here we go. Nope. Yeah, it's all good.
But it's not, I mean, that's, I will say this until I'm blue in the face, and I'm sure there are people who are annoyed with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that's why they lost, but we were talking about the vets.
But you brought him here for this. Like, you brought him here because he was going to play this style of basketball, and you needed some veteran to set that tone. And so you're gonna get that.
Yeah, they've been ending with the 4 young players and the one vet, whether it be DeMar or Russ. So
yeah,
it's been, like Charismatic said, it's been enjoyable, I guess. I mean, you still want them to win, and like there's always, like you said, the aspect of being a fan. It's like you just get into the simplicity, like the simple part of it. It's like, yes, like, oh my gosh, like hit a shot right here and about to take the lead, things like that. But I mean, like you said, the losses are just better right now.
That's Jesse Toppe. I'm Kyle Madsen. This is The Jump. We're live 7 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday right here on ESPN 1320, Sacramento sports leader.
Shout out Derek 2 Shift. You're just all in on the take. Says, I'm so serious. If Scott Perry started Jesse at point guard for the rest of the season, I would love that. I would get us to the number 1 pick. I'll tell you that much. You give me a bag. I don't even need the minimum. Just pay me under the table or whatever. I'll come run point guard. And yeah, Darren Peterson will be here next year.
I think being paid under the table is super illegal.
It is.
In fact, Kawhi Leonard's being investigated for it right now.
Yeah, that's fine, but just don't say anything.
Just go plant a tree, bro.
Yeah, like we've all allegedly been paid under the table at one point. It's fine.
Like you got some kid Jesse Tapia starting a point guard. Oh, and he's the pizza guy now?
Yeah, it's all good.
You were not a fan of Scott Perry's press conference on Friday.
Yeah, like it's a press conference. So you take what you can from it. We didn't get to talk about it because it was after our show on Friday.
Yeah.
But
there were a couple important things that came out of it.
Yeah, Chris Biederman asked him about Doug Christie and just him going into next year and if he's going to be the coach. And Scott answers that with like, Doug Christie will be the coach until I tell you he's not. And it's like, that's
what?
Yeah. No, yeah. That's why I'm like, and it's like, that's not necessarily a vote of confidence there. And also another thing is that Scott Perry's talking about 2027 flexibility, things like that. And it's like, I get you don't want to maybe commit to him that far or whatever. That's fine. But give me at least right now, Doug Christie is the guy to lead this Kings team right now. Like, just do that rather than, he's the coach until he's not. That doesn't really give me any confidence. And it's tough when you're talking about 2027 and you can't just give me you can't even tell me the coach will be here this fall.
That is an insane answer to me.
I'm not sure if he was just tired of, not even tired, just more so like, he was talking about Doug before and things like that. But trying to find a silver lining in it, give him the benefit of the doubt. But that was a tough answer for me. And just kind of like, okay, maybe you're not too committed yet.
Yeah, they're very clearly not.
Yeah.
And I think we've been on this since his contract terms came out.
Yeah.
It very, very clearly showed that, okay, they think Doug might be able to be the coach, but they don't want to tie themselves up long term into another coach. And if they felt that way about Doug, I think you would get an answer from Scott that is like, yeah, Doug's our coach. We think he's doing a great job at A, B, and C, and this is what we wanted to do, and we're all aligned. And if you're already at he's a coach until he's not, or you're sidestepping the question, or whatever it is.
Yeah, Chris Biederman literally asked him, and paraphrasing whatever, but is Doug Christie going to be here this fall in his second season? It's like, nah, he's here until I tell you he's not. Okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you till he isn't, or whatever. Doesn't really. It's a tough answer for me.
If you're going to hire a coach on for culture establishment, for play style establishment, he either is or he's not.
Yep.
And you're either happy with it or you're not. But I also don't think that they're going to be in the business of firing a coach this offseason just to hire a new coach who may or may not be here over the next couple of years. I very much think they're going to keep Doug Christie around at least into next season.
We'll see. I don't hate what you're saying there, but also I think if you move off of Doug Christie this offseason, the next coach they hire is, he's got a 5-year deal and he's locked in with Scott Perry. Like that's the next coach to me.
I don't think they want to commit to that until they know what their team looks like.
I'll push back. I disagree. I guess if you're not committed to Doug, and Scott's also talking during the press conference about how we're not tanking and we're still competing and trying to win and things like that.
They have to say that.
Well, yeah, I know, but Doug's also going to lose a lot of games then going forward. And you're telling me one thing and they're doing this thing or whatever. It's just like, Scott Perry clearly has a plan, whether we agree with it or not. It seems like 2027 is the move. I don't think that hiring a coach next year or next season is going to really affect much.
I think it would be
this is the guy actually building our culture and things like that.
It would be a horrendous look to fire Doug Christie this offseason.
Don't disagree with you at all, but also I don't know if they care about that and how many horrendous looks can we talk about over 2 decades.
But it would be for Scott Perry. This has nothing to do with
it's a horrendous look
Kings
also
and their ownership group or the past.
Yeah, it's also a bad look to sign Dennis Schroeder and then trade him off like 6 months in. Like he's had a couple of misses so far.
But with
you already signed him to the minimum contract.
That's it. With a coach that you give a 2-year contract to, and then fire him after a year. It's like, what are we doing here? What's the goal here? The goal was down the stretch to. I mean, we all know what it is. Scott Perry could say, "Yeah, we're trying to be competitive. We're trying to win." Yeah. The players on the court are definitely trying to win. I believe that. I believe that 100%. Because you don't get to the NBA, you don't do all the things it takes to be an NBA player, and then go out and try and lose on purpose. Unless you're one of the people who's been caught betting. But the players on the Kings, I don't believe any of the players go out and go, yeah, we're trying to lose tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so either. When he says tanking, it's more so like, yeah, you're not playing the vets. Like some guys are hurt today. Some guys aren't playing today.
Yeah,
like you're
right.
playing like the young guys who, I mean, might not even be on your team or whatever going forward. Just things like that. Like Daquan Plowden's getting however many minutes, things like that.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Daquan.
Played well, but point being is like, yeah, you're not trying to lose, but we know what tanking looks like.
Yeah, which is why I don't think you can fire your coach after this year. You don't want to put that air of instability out into the world. You're like, you got hired as the GM.
What if you land a top 2 pick?
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
See, like how you're not even committed to the coach that's going to draft him. Like that, like I don't think that's going to work.
Matter. The coach is not drafting.
So then give Doug Christie a 5-year deal then.
No.
Then what are we doing? No, that's the thing. Yes, it's either you commit to him or you're not. Like, we don't have to lie. Like, he got a 2-year deal. We all kind of knew what that was. Oh, he's not really committed to Doug.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me come off the press conference. Like, he's my coach until he's not. Right, until I tell you he's not. Why would you let Doug Christie, all right, go into a year with the top pick in the draft? Let's say you get a top 3 pick, whether it be Cam Boozer, DeBonster, or Darren Peterson. All right, you have another tough year. And it's like, yeah, we don't know if Doug Christie's our guy. And then you fire him after. Like, how is that functional at all?
Because it's not
you need to finally get a guy and commit to him.
I agree. But it's not about 2025 or 2026. We all know it's about 2027.
Then everyone's just going to get fired again.
So they hired Doug Christie to see if he was that guy or not. They wanted to keep him around. They gave him 2 years. And then they'll reevaluate in 2027 when this thing really takes off.
That's trash.
I'm
sorry, that's trash.
I don't disagree with you.
Like, well, yeah, we're going to kick the can down the road and evaluate. Like, no, commit to the coach that you want to see this thing through. We talk about the pillars, which are all the pillars is a bunch of BS. All right.
Oh,
I mean, like literally the pillars is meaningless. Okay. Like again, going on the second rant about it, Doug Christie talks about DeAndre Hunter. Oh yeah. He fits the pillars with the exemplify things like that. And then Scott Perry, the next day on the press conference, is talking about, yeah, DeAndre Hunter, we like what he does, but hey, he's expiring next year. So we got some flexibility. You're not even committing to the guys who exemplify the pillars. Like it's all just nonsense. And the whole, oh yeah, we're going to get to 2027 and then see what we're doing. Like, no, commit to a coach the right way. Do things the functional way. I don't love the idea of, oh, yeah, the Kings landed a top 3 pick, and now he's already going to be playing for his second coach in his second year, because that's a possibility.
I don't think that's so bad.
I think it is.
I don't know exactly how all the stuff with Doug went down behind the scenes.
You need some sort of stability here, and you need to start at one point. Waiting until 2027 and moving off of Doug. I don't love. If it was me, Scott Perry should have hired his guy from the start. And if it was Doug, then give him a 5-year deal. And if it wasn't, you should have hired a different coach. I hate this whole kick the can down the road. We're gonna see what it looks like in 2 years. Nonsense. It's nonsense.
I think it was more of a because I don't disagree. I'm trying to get.
Either that or just acknowledge that the next 2 years, talking about this year and next season, we're just going to be a big old waste and we were just going to see, rather than just this. Like, it's just nonsense to me. The whole, yeah, we hired Doug for 2 years and we're going to see what he's like, how we feel about him in 2027. Why is your first head coach hire a guy you're not even sure about?
Because there was an understanding that this year and next season were going to be exactly what they've been. And there wasn't going to be a coach that wanted to take that on. Maybe. And you don't want to pay another coach. You don't want to have to fire a coach and be paying a third coach. And they were going to have to pay Mike Brown. But then he got hired, so it offset that cost. But they had signed Doug to the 2-year inexpensive deal. But there's a pay raise in year 3 with the team option. That
instills a lot of confidence.
I'm with you, man. I have felt this way since Sam Amick reported those contract terms. It's like, that's ugly. That does not instill that does not inspire confidence that they feel really good about Doug, the coaching staff, and what they're building as that foundation. And I think that the contract indicates to me that they wanted to keep Doug, but they weren't totally sure. So let's see how it goes. And worst case.
That is such a fine line to walk.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like maybe it works out. Okay, and who knows if Doug isn't the coach or isn't the coach going forward. But let's say you get to 2027 and things aren't looking that way. Like you're gonna lose your job.
Like Scott,
like not at that point, but like if you don't hit on this draft pick here coming up, and you don't hit on everything leading up to that point, and use that flexibility, and the Kings are still losing in year 4 and year 5, you're not gonna be here to see anything through. You're kicking the can way too far down the road, I feel. Where it's like to the point where it's like, yes, you literally have to not be perfect, but you can't really miss at all. You're not giving yourself any leeway, I don't think.
I agree with you. I don't think that whether Doug had a 2-year deal or a 10-year deal, any of that changes. None of that changes with what they're doing with the coach.
Well, yeah, but also it's like, don't tell me how can you instill culture with a guy who might not even be here beyond a few years?
Because they're not trying to instill culture with him.
All right, this whole 2 years, like, let's just wrap it up, and we'll see everyone in 2 years, though.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes!
I'm just coming to the realization that I hate it then. We're finally saying I hate it. I hate this plan then. Fine.
There's a game bigger than the Super Bowl tonight. We'll talk about it next.
I'm annoyed now. Let's go to break.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Yes. Hello. Welcome to the program. Thanks for hanging out with us, Reed. Yeah, he is. So we worked really hard to get him up here. Jesse co-hosting Kyle, but yeah. Jesse is also still producing D-Lo and Casey. What up, Spencer? Yep. Yeah, shout out to Mojo's. That's dope you guys went and hung out. I didn't tell a lie about those onion rings too, huh? Yes, sir. Thanks for dropping in. Bowling was great. We had a really fun time. Yeah, we had a real good time out at the bowling alley. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you didn't overthink it, felt like it was coming. What up, what's that? I don't know. Wouldn't be shocked if they re-signed him. No, it's not even my back. It's my left glute, my right forearm.
TCG, I don't even hate the whole you aim for a top pick or anything like that, but that's a dangerous way to live too. Caleb Wilson looked good on Saturday and things like that, but it's like if you don't let an AJ or Darren Peterson, it's like Maybe you end up landing another really good role player, and it's like, all right, another couple years. We'll see.
I have a pet peeve that I need to get off my chest here.
All right, so my mom was listening when she heard me shout her out. Shout out to my mom. This is the thing right here, A.R. Alden. That's kind of it.
All right, here we go.
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madsen and Jesse Tapia.
I'm Kyle. That's Jesse. Hour number 2. Hanging out with you until 9. Then we'll hand it off to our good buddy, Rich Eisen.
Shout out Rich. Still waiting to have that lunch.
He canceled on you?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, Super Bowl was this weekend. He was busy.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right.
Oh, soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Shout out Rich Eisen.
Hell yeah. I have a pet peeve I need to get off my chest before we talk about a game that's bigger than the Super Bowl.
Nice. A bigger game than the big game.
Yeah. It's not baseball season, man. Baseball fans.
Well, the Red Sox did make a trade today.
Baseball fans are among, and I love baseball. It's my favorite sport.
Yes.
Are among the biggest.
Come pay attention to me.
Yes, like my sport people.
Yes.
Please like my sport people. The number of times and people over the last 15 years that I've been a resident of the internet, the amount of times the Super Bowl ends and people that want to be the first one to tweet, it's officially baseball season. No, it's not.
That reminds me, I got a pet peeve after you.
Pitchers and catchers haven't reported yet.
Yeah.
When pitchers and catchers report, by all means, the baseball's back. It's not really.
Yeah.
Because there's no games happening. It's just pitchers and catchers are going to Arizona to start spring training. But if that's then you can tell me it's baseball season. Got the World Baseball Classic starting March 5th. Fired up. Can't wait. But it's not baseball season yet. It's basketball season. Hockey season still going on. There's a lot of things that happen between now and baseball season.
Well,
anyways, I'm sorry. That's just
let me get my pet peeve now. That reminds me.
Yeah.
You got the baseball guys. I'm gonna go with the soccer people right here real quick. Enough of the whole, the World Cup is bigger than the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Brother, nobody cares. All right. I love soccer. I'm excited for the World Cup this year. Love it all. Nobody cares about the World Cup right now. Nobody needs to, my sport is bigger than yours, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. All right. Go away for a little bit. We're tapped into the Super Bowl. Yes. Obviously, the World Cup is bigger. It's the world. It's all the nations. That's fine. Right. Congrats. Here's your cookie. Go off to the side while we enjoy the Super Bowl, please. Jeez. And I love the World Cup. I love soccer.
I do too.
But just be quiet. Just for a little bit. Just nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, go.
If somebody wants to say the Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event in the world.
Yeah.
And you want to come in and be like, actually, well, if they're trying to say that from a factual basis, you want to be like, well, actually, the World Cup. All right, fine. But if somebody's like, man, I think the Super Bowl is the biggest game for me.
I don't care what Ronaldo 32 has to think about it. I don't care.
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't. Soccer is a global sport.
Congrats.
916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. What's your sports pet peeve? Let us know.
Yeah, come yell.
Not a pet peeve, but over the weekend, because my family we used to do a big Super Bowl party in Reno, and it has evolved over the years, but it now takes place at my folks' house.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday we go out, we do some sort of activity, axe throwing. We've done bowling the last couple of years, do some sort of activity, and then head back to their house and hang out, music, games. It's just a little vibe.
Fun time.
It's a good time. Yeah. And food, drinks, obviously. And then Sunday we go back over there, same deal, food, drinks. We got prop sheets. We do Super Bowl squares, and everybody sits and enjoys the game. It's probably 15 or 20 people. It's a really, really good time. It's close friends and family. And this past year we went bowling, and shout out to Harvest Park Bowl in Brentwood. It is the bowling alley. I think I had my 5th birthday at Harvest Park Bowl.
Nice.
So it's been around. I'm 35 now.
Shout out to whoever's had their birthday at the bowling alley once.
Hell yeah. And I still have the bowling pin, actually, that they give you, because you used to get a bowling pin with a little like placard on it that had your name and like birthday. I still have that.
That's sick. We didn't get that at the McHenry
It's like
Bowl.
an actual bowling pin.
Yeah, no, we did not get that at all.
Yeah, dude. It's sick. I got to go find it. I wonder where it is.
You can place it. You can place it like right behind you.
I'll do show and tell. I'll do a little show and tell. So
I'll bring my Chris Chambers glove that day.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Sick. So it has been bought out and renovated. And it is gorgeous.
Yes.
It is. There's like neon lights on the ceiling, and it's the lanes, the like benches are new and like padded, and they've got these because they do a lot of like parties and stuff. So there's like tables behind each lane where they set down your stuff, and there's just the bar is all renovated. The arcade is bigger with more games in it now. It is just a phenomenal bowling alley. Didn't touch the bathroom.
Oh, that's tough.
That bathroom is...
Why not? Why don't you touch the bathroom? That's the first thing you should take care of.
It's as disgusting today as it was when we were going to Cosmic Bowling in 2004. It is heinous. You walk there, dude, I walked in there. I'm like, man, what a beautiful bowling alley. I can't wait to comfortably go to the restroom now. No, sir.
Oh, no, it's 1998 right now.
Dude, no, sir. And remember how I said that I had that nostalgic smell because of what the bathroom cleaner we use? Not the same. Not the same at all.
Yeah, there's no year to pinpoint this one too.
It's one of the, there's no automatic faucet. There's no automatic paper. The paper towels are just the wet, like roll of paper towel.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. The mirror, unusable. The soap dispenser hasn't had soap in it since 2002. The one stall, like the door doesn't close all the way. It's that kind of bathroom.
Yeah, you go to the right movie theater in your city, you can find some stuff like that too. It's like, oh no, you guys are still in 2002. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, oh, your bathroom is still like this. Your movie screen does this, and these chairs don't even recline. But sick,
it's like they put so much into it, and they went, "Do you want us to do the bathroom?" Nah.
Yeah.
Leave them.
We're told not. Shut it down.
Disgusting.
We're building a new bathroom.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, you'd figure that's the first thing you go to, but I mean, if you're renovating,
there are marks on the walls that me and my buddies made in high school that are still there. You didn't even wash it? Nothing?
That's tough.
It's disgusting. Renovate your bathrooms. Clean them at least.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna renovate, just spend the extra $5,000.
Yeah, what is it to redo a commercial bathroom?
Yeah.
Few $1,000.
Shout out to your local bowling alley though.
I love that bowling alley so much. We're gonna join a bowling league.
Are you?
Yeah. Why not?
See,
have a good time.
Would you offend the other bowlers though? It's like, oh yeah, we bowl. Like we actually bowl. And it's like this guy's just showing up. Just hang out on Tuesdays.
No,
Drew Down. What's it like? Can Kyle come to your bowling
league? I bring
league?
great vibes. I'm there to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gas you up. Like, I'm there for it. Also, I feel like there's probably levels of leagues, like levels of competitiveness. You've got the leagues for people like our buddy Drew Down in the YouTube chat at youtube.com/ESPN1320, who like watch professional bowling.
Yeah.
Right? They wear like the wrist guard thing, and they have their own ball.
I got a little duffel bag for it.
Yeah, they got their little duffel bag. They have like a towel.
I imagine it's just like
they have their own shoes.
You just walk in, drop the duffel bag, and it's like, oh, the camera just panned to you.
They wear bowling shirts unironically. Like it's those people, right?
Yeah.
It's got the patches on them, the sponsor patches. And then you've got like the other leagues that are, hey, I want to have a beer and play 10 frames.
I'll go play in that league.
Yeah, that's all I want.
I'm in there. If that league exists, point me and Kyle in that direction.
Right, let's go. We go hang out at the bowling alley and not go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Hold it the whole time. The promotion staff here are all between the ages of like 22 and 25, and they all sit with me back in the corner.
Yeah.
They set my over-under on high noons at this 2-hour bowling event at 4.5. Pay the over.
Yeah, for like disrespect. Come on. Like they. How do I say this? There's like a level there, huh?
What do you mean?
Where like you're kind of their sensei, I guess. Just they're younger, we're older. I mean, you're a little older than me, but
yeah,
is there like a level there?
Yeah, probably. It's unspoken.
I got called Unc once playing beer pong at my house with my brother's friends, and like that wasn't tough, but it was kind of like a realization. Like, oh, okay,
that's really tough.
Yeah,
but I know I don't. It's not like that. Like I said, I think it's kind of unspoken over there. But I mean, we all know what it is.
I got you.
Yeah. Speaking of young players, here on the jump, that's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madsen. We have a huge game tonight. The Kings,
a
specifically.
Bigger game than the big game.
This is, some are calling it bigger than the Super Bowl. And I'm having a hard time disagreeing because your Sacramento Kings take on the New Orleans Pelicans. They hit the road to take on the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Arena. I think it's still called that.
I'll look it up, but it should be Smoothie King Arena.
In fact, the Kings' next 2 games are must lose. We're in must lose territory.
Such a tough place to be.
Leading into the All-Star break. So it's their final 2 games before the break. It's at New Orleans and at Utah. A quick peek at the standings will let you know that those are 2 of the teams chasing the bottom with the Sacramento Kings. The Pelicans are 14-40. Utah is 16-37 and falling fast. No team is better at tanking than Utah.
Yeah, that reminded me too. They hired Will Hardy to oversee their stuff. They hired Will Hardy to oversee it. They didn't hire Will Hardy for 2 years.
Will Hardy has been a very, very good coach for them.
That's neither here nor there. I'm just yelling at the clouds at this point. Yeah, no, these are games you probably need to drop. All right, let's build some distance. Let's go out there, lose on 3. 1, 2, 3, lose. Like, yeah.
You lose to the Pelicans and get them to 15 wins.
These games matter.
You're in a really good spot.
Yeah, these games,
this is not a bit. We're not doing jokes right now.
Look, if they win, whatever. I'm not gonna be like, oh, blah blah blah.
No,
but like,
for sure.
Like for the situation and where we're at, like, yes, you need to build some distance between the Pelicans and Jazz. You want to go out and beat the Lakers, be my guest. But when it comes down to these games, like, yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot where it's like, yeah, probably better off losing.
Memphis is at 20 wins.
That's sort of Nick goes for a 30 piece and they win. I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If they go beat the Pelicans tonight because Nick had 30 and Dylan Cardwell had 12 and 10 and Devin Carter continued to play well, cool. Like, that's whatever.
What do you think the reaction would be if they did win some games? And just walk with me because I don't think this is going to be the case.
Okay,
but let's just content.
Yep, we're going down the content.
Let's say that they did win a few games or whatever. It's like, oh no, now you guys have the 5th worst record in the league, or the 6th worst record.
Calamity.
Yes, but like Nick Clifford was playing well. Like, it's been the young guys playing. Like, yeah, you're still like I said, one of the worst teams in the league, but it's bottom. Like, it's the 5th worst or the 6th worst. How do you think fans would feel? And again, I don't think that's going to be the case, but. Just what if the young guys were the ones who were playing well rather than, oh, no, we're not doing it right because the vets are out here today?
I don't know. 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. The Kings wind up with the 6th worst record in the sport.
Again, yeah, nothing crazy.
But the young players got you there.
Mm-hmm.
They go on a 6-game winning streak here, and it's on the backs of Nick Clifford and Dylan Cardwell and Maxime Reynaud and Devin Carter.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about that? I tend to, I've embraced that losses are better than wins for the Kings at this point, but I will also never, ever be able to get myself to the space mentally where I'm looking at a Kings game and going, in this scenario that we're talking about, wow, it's so bad that they won.
Well, yeah, and then real quick, Andrew Sterling in the chat out says, if we're winning because the kids are balling, so be it. And I was at the Cleveland game on Saturday. I'm not going to act like, oh, yeah, it's a full house or anything like that. Like, people are not happy with this team. But for the fans that were there, there's no one that was, like, going crazy because Nick Clifford missed the 3 or anything like that. Like, everyone there still firmly wants to win. And when the buzzer sounds and they lose, I don't think the first thought is, I'm just speaking, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think the first thought is, oh, well, that helped the tank. Like just the people there and just the fans in general, like, you still want to see a win. You're still going crazy when Nick hits a shot. You're still going crazy when Russ gets to the rim and hits a layup and things like that, or when you're able to force a turnover. Yeah, it's just It's just a weird spot.
Yeah, man. But also you got to lose to New Orleans.
Nope. Yep. That's facts.
I think tanking can be fun. Like this is
You have the right attitude.
this is a weird thing because the NBA is trying to curtail tanking as much as possible, and I understand why. And I don't blame the league for trying to end tanking altogether.
Yeah.
Because it's not healthy for the sport to have, let's see, how many teams right now are trying to lose?
It's at least 5.
You have Memphis at 20-31.
That might be a 6 team right there.
Memphis, Dallas, Utah, New Orleans, Sacramento. That's 5 just in the West. Indiana, Washington, Brooklyn, Milwaukee. It's another 4. Maybe you throw Chicago in there. They're 24-29.
Milwaukee just signed Cam Thomas. Maybe they're going for it. But yeah, no.
I think that's 9 teams that are like losing on purpose down the stretch.
Yeah.
Now that's objectively that's bad. That's almost a third of your league that before the All-Star break is like, hey, how do we lose as many games as possible? But I'm locked into Pelicans Kings tonight in a way that I haven't been locked into a Kings game in weeks.
It's just the avenue that the NBA has carved out for teams, I guess. I don't know how you fix it, but also, yes, AJ DePonsta and Darren Peterson are available. Yes.
Potential franchise-changing players.
The Kings are horrible. They're going to do what they have to do to try and get a franchise changer.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what the fix is for this either. I don't know if you just go NFL style and like it's just set picks, but also I don't think that really
makes it worse.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from tanking at all. So I'm not really sure what the solution is here, but it's kind of what it needs to be.
Yeah,
like the Kings need one of those 2 guys, and there's about 8 other teams competing for them too.
Yes,
competing to lose.
But that's the. I'm gonna have so much fun watching the Kings tonight because of this.
Yeah, Andrew Stone, another good point. Pel should be trying to win. They don't own their own pick.
Yeah, the Pelicans have they have nothing, but they're not very good.
Yeah.
And if you're Sacramento, you're looking at a 14-win team. Like, yo, you got to lose here. You can't.
How many times has it been? Yeah, if the Kings had lost that game, then they get one more ping pong ball, and they would have went that way.
Totally. But at the same time, additionally, also, I'm watching the Kings tonight going, hey, Neek just had a 30-piece. Is Neek figuring it out?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to watch Neek Clifford tonight. I'm so interested in how his development continues because if he, over the final 40, 54, 28 games, averages 20 a night, I'm going to feel way different about Neek Clifford going into next year than I did 3 days ago.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So that's I'm watching for that. Yeah, Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah, Dylan Cardwell's one. Me personally, I'll be watching for Devin Carter. I like that now he's getting an opportunity. He's starting to make something of it. So you just want to see how consistent he can be. But yeah, there are things to look for.
Yeah.
It's just like I said earlier, you should have to have the right attitude about it. Because this team is bad. We all acknowledge that.
Not a great basketball team.
Yeah, but I mean, as a fan and just watching this team, it's like for them, it's like, yeah, you need to make the best out of it at this point.
I heard a potential solution to the tanking thing today that I thought was really interesting, where you can't be in the bottom 3 in terms of record. You can't be in the bottom 3 2 years in a row. And if you are, you automatically go to like the back of the lottery.
Run that back one more time.
So you can't be a bottom 3 team 2 years in a row. So let's say the Kings are bottom 3 this year. They would have incentive to not be bottom 3 next year.
So
because if you do, you go to the end of the lottery.
So what? They got to go make a trade for John Morant then?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, okay, like we can't be bottom 3 in the lottery. Others will lose our spots. Like we got to do something. Like I think at that point, like,
yeah, you got to try to win.
Yeah, but like, how do I say? Sometimes as a bad team, there's not really great avenues to you winning. Sometimes, like I guess, like if the Kings were to have to do that, like say they finish bottom 3, it's like, oh yeah, we can't finish bottom 3 again. Now we have to trade for John Morant because there's nothing else out there for us. Like he's the lowest value in the league right now. Mm-hmm. He's the only one we can really get, and that's not even something we necessarily want to do, but it's going to keep us out of the top 3, like the bottom 3, I guess. Like, yeah, I don't love that. I think it just forces teams to, like, yeah, you got to make a move, but it's not necessarily the move that would work for you.
Okay, that's okay. We can mess with it. Would you make it 3 years in a row? You can't be bottom 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Or is it a three
to.
strikes you're out thing? You get 3 chances to be bottom 3 years. And again, it resets. So if you
again, sometimes it's like, hey, the GM over here was incompetent. Like, that's why they were so bad for so long. And now they're going to fire him. But now we're sending this poor team to the back of the lottery because person A couldn't do their job correctly.
Yeah.
It's too harsh for me. It's too harsh. You need to fix it up, but like, I get it. But there's too many scenarios where it's like, yeah, it's like, no, this guy was just not good at his job. And now we're going to punish this team and these fans because that.
Yes.
Fine. Kyle says yes, we'll do it then. Fine.
Like what? If you have a GM who's missing on a top 3 pick that many years in a row,
this feels like something to answer, like just someone actively tanking, like trying to lose. But there are scenarios where it's like, yeah, they're not trying to lose. He's just bad at his job.
All right, bottom 3 this year is Pels, Pacers, and Kings. Bottom 3 last year was Hornets, Wizards, and Jazz. Bottom 3 the year before that was Blazers, Wizards, and Pistons. Are the Wizards bottom 3 years in a row there? Hang on.
Yeah, if they're this year, then they are.
Rockets, Spurs, Pistons the year before that. Like, it's not like super often that the same team is bottom 3 year after year after year. It would just, if there's a team that was in the bottom 3 the last 2 years and they want to pull the plug and go, hey, we're gonna pull all our starters in the second half starting in January. Like, no, you don't get to do that.
I think the Wizards pick is top 8 protected this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if not, they lose it. So should they not try to keep their pick?
What do you mean?
If they don't lose enough or whatever, they lose the pick.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you can
this
do
would
that.
be their third year, so they'd have to move back, I guess.
I also, and again, this is I think to your point.
I love how we're workshopping this, but I don't think we've reached a solution yet.
No, we definitely haven't. But to your point, the Wizards right now, by the way, 4th worst record in the league.
Yes.
By winning percentage.
All right, well they're in the clear right now. They're in the clear.
Right, they're in the clear.
Yeah,
and that's it. And that's it. It's not you're never going to fully stop a team from saying, hey, we're pulling our starters in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
We're pulling Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis. Yeah, you guys are gonna Domas that knee. We need to rehab. Hey, Keegan, we're gonna make super sure on that shoulder, and you're gonna be out a while. Like that's or what? Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, you have a sore ankle. You said, okay, yeah, you're gonna sit. Nothing stopping a team from doing that at some point or here and there. But I think the goal would be like right now, if that was the case, let's say Washington the 2 years before was in the bottom 3. And this year it's like, hey, if they're bottom 3, they go to the end of the lottery. That at least is some motivation to go, all right, hey, we got to play our starters. We got to play our guys. We got to stay at 4th.
So when they go back to the lottery, does that reset their clock again?
When they go back?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because if it resets their clock, all right, we'll just be bad again then.
No.
All right, we got another 3 years.
No, you got to get out of the bottom 3.
No, this rule sucks then. It doesn't work. I won. I just won. We can't do this rule. I'm sorry. I just fixed it.
How did you win?
I just won right now.
How did you win?
Because we can't reset it. You can't just keep a team back there or whatever.
Sure you can.
No, this is not fair.
It's like the aprons, but the other way.
No, we can't do that. Nah, I won. We gotta go back to the drawing board. I was not necessarily with you, but I was walking with you along this street, and we hit a wall.
You turn around. You turn around.
No,
you turn around.
No, we got to turn around. Doesn't work. No, I didn't. No, it's good.
I don't know. I kind of enjoy parts of this though. Like, there's part of me that's having I would rather the Kings be fighting for the 1 seed. Everybody would. But if this is the situation you're in, I would so much rather this than be going, okay, let's see, they're 3 back at the 10 seed right now. Can they sneak into the play-in? This is so preferable to me.
Yeah, but it's just kind of what we had. I wonder what our takes would be if we were covering the Houston Rockets. We're looking at the rest of the league, bottom 10 teams or whatever, all fighting for the last pick. Like, that's gross. But I guess now since we have to cover it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just asking a question. But since we have to cover it, maybe we just have to find the reasons why it's fun, I guess, or why it's.
I want the Kings to win a title. They weren't going to get there by battling for the 9th or 10th seed every year.
Yeah.
you can. It's not impossible to build a title contender out of that tier of team. But this is one of the ways to go about it. And if you're gonna be bad all the way.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
Play young players, rely on young players, try and use this as an opportunity to give them minutes and to allow them to grow into the NBA.
You just really hope the ping pong balls go your way, though.
You do. That's part of it,
buddy. We'll see.
Got to hit the pick. That's going to continue to be a theme here. We learned a lot about the NFL during the Super Bowl, and we've got some non-Super Bowl football stuff. The Raiders have their head coach, and I need to complain about the reporting about the 49ers and trading Mac Jones. I have another pet peeve.
What do you mean? He's locked in. That's what I saw.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it next on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports City.
AJ Davidson says, lock the draft standings at the deadline. Bad teams start to improve right away with no further need to lose. 2, lottery of the top 5 picks only equal 20% odds. We'll throw that one on the list, AJ. Shout out Ricky Bobby. I watched The Rip this weekend on Netflix. That was a fire movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Probably one of the best movies I've seen all year. Or if I include 2025. Keeps a G for right now. For right now, I think, yeah, we'll say he. Yeah, I don't think he is right now. I've seen King and Murray go for 46, and I don't think he's ever been the guy. But also, you can be very encouraged that, I mean, he's got a higher ceiling than maybe just a decent role player. Yeah, I thought that was a good time, too. I thought the second season was good. I feel like people didn't like the second season as much, but for me, I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. I'll be tapped in for season 3 too. I played the game before stuff, so some of the things they teased in those final few episodes, like, oh yeah, like that'll be coming up. She's carrying that football the right way, though. I'll tell you what, you're not gonna cause a fumble it that way. Things happening. It's all right.
Just nothing that. No.
Yeah. Why not? I'm excited for it. Also, shout out to the show. Since I wake up at 4:30 now, I guess sleeping in on the weekend is about waking up at 6. So I was cooking breakfast, got a movie in by like 9 o'clock. It was nice.
All right, here we go.
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madsen and Jesse Tapia.
I'm Kyle. He's Jesse.
I am Jesse. We're back.
Super Bowl was yesterday.
It was. And I always get sad when the football season ends. It's not really a lot of fun during it for me and my team, but I think football for me is just the one where I throw on. I can watch any game. Talking about the NFL. I can't do the AFL and things like that.
I will not ever be able to do any of the spring football leagues.
I've just come to the realization that if you want to watch the second football league, go watch the CFL. That's as good as it's going to get.
The CFL is crazy.
Yeah, and if not, just wait till fall. Or till July. Or till free agency next month. Never really goes away, I guess.
I want to talk about some football stuff, but I have a question to ask you and to ask you, Jesse, and you, the listener.
Sick.
916-909-1320, 916-909-1320 if you want to join the conversation. So Klint Kubiak confirmed he's headed to the Raiders. But hell yeah, I'm going. Fired up to take the head coaching job in Las Vegas. Love that for him. Love that for the Raiders.
Yeah, no. They've 10 out of 10, no notes for the Raiders. Shut up.
Yeah, man. I have no idea if Klint Kubiak's going to be a good coach. There's no way of knowing that. But in terms of who I think the Raiders needed to hire, this is the direction they had to go.
Yeah, like if it was like a Brian Daboll or just insert old school type, not even Brian Daboll. He's kind of like a in between the old school and the new school because he's an offensive guy. But like say like, oh yeah, we went with Todd Monken. All right, dude, you guys have learned nothing. But no, Klint Kubiak is one of the new school types where it's like, this is kind of where the league's going. It's best you finally start moving that way.
Yes. Find somebody who is on the team that won the Super Bowl and then make him your head coach.
Yes.
Find the guy who made life easy for Sam Darnold to pair with your number 1 overall pick quarterback and let those two grow together. That's the way to do it. That is the right thing. It may crash and burn. Maybe Klint Kubiak is not. It
usually does if
coach.
we're being real. Not for the Raiders, for every team in sports. Usually it does crash and burn.
It's really hard to find a good head coach and a good quarterback.
But you need to do it the right way every way until it works.
Yep. I also have found the reporting about the 49ers and Mac Jones hilarious.
What do you mean? Didn't he sign a long-term extension and he's not going anywhere, Kyle? That's how they were talking, right?
That is how they were talking.
That's what happened,
that's
right?
How they were talking. I don't know, man. Like, Diana Rossini reported this.
Adam Schefter was in there.
Adam Schefter reported this, that the 49ers have no plans to trade Mac Jones. They're going to keep the Mac Jones-Brock Purdy pairing into next year. That is the plan.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I bet it is. If a team calls and says, we'll give you a 5th-round pick for Mac Jones, the 49ers are going to say, no thanks. We would like to keep Mac Jones on our team. If the Miami Dolphins call...
All right, what's your problem?
I don't know, man. Just a
get it out. Hurry up and get on with it. Hurry up.
Just a random team. Just a random team.
Hurry up, Kyle, before I get mad again.
Fine. Hang on. Let me rewind this. Okay, hang on. We'll fix this in post. 3, 2, and 1. If the Minnesota Vikings call...
Yeah.
and say, here is our 1st-round pick. I'm being extreme on purpose.
Yeah.
Here's our 1st-round pick for Mac Jones. Guess what? Mac Jones is going to be a Minnesota Viking.
Yes, he is, and he probably should be if it's a 2nd-round pick, and you should definitely think about it if it's a 3rd-round pick.
I agree.
Yes, they don't plan on it. My favorite reporting word is, hey, it's not their intention to trade this player. I like to go the intention, but they went plan. It doesn't mean anything. Mac Jones could very well be on his way this offseason.
The funniest one for me was Diana Rossini couching her report the way she did. Let me go find let me pull up the exact wording because it was very, very good here. Okay. The 49ers are not looking to trade Mac Jones this offseason. This is not a direct report. However, things and offers can change. The 49ers' preference is to keep their Brock Purdy, Mac Jones tandem intact for 2026. And Kyle Shanahan loves what he has with Mac. So the 49ers are not looking to trade Mac Jones. However, things and offers can change.
Yeah, so they're not planning on it until they get the right offer.
Yeah, so they won't trade him unless a team compels them to trade him.
Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating. I don't think he's on the Niners next year.
I don't
It's a copycat league.
You think a team is giving up a second for Mac? What would it take for you to move off of Mac Jones? What pick? Let's just go with the floor. A third?
Yeah, minimum.
Okay.
And not a compensatory third, like an actual third.
Gotcha.
I think that's the only way. Because if you're the 49ers, because again, flipping this the other way and going to the world where the 49ers are going, hey, unless a team offers us the sun, the moon, and the stars, we're keeping Mac Jones. Maybe the 49ers price is first round pick. If a team's not giving us a first, we're not trading him. I think it's important to remember that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, this is the head coach and front office that have had multiple seasons derailed by quarterback injury.
Yeah.
And the only reason this season wasn't derailed by quarterback injury is because Mac Jones played so freaking well. Because Mac Jones went 5-3 in 8 starts. There's a world where the 49ers have a backup who goes 1-7 in those starts, and the 49ers miss the playoffs.
I wonder if the Jets are a team that can shoot you one of those third-round picks for Mac Jones. They got the second pick in the draft this year. Dante Moore went back to school. I'm sure you're not taking a quarterback at that spot. So maybe you look at Mac for a year because they have a boatload of picks too this draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Where maybe you are able to shoot the Niners a third and look at it that way. That was just the first team that came up for me too, though.
The Jets do not own their own third-round pick.
They got a second?
You're
not doing
I
that.
don't think the Jets have a pick in the third round.
Yeah, you're not doing that, the Jets.
The Jets don't have a pick in the third round.
Trash.
Minnesota's got the 82nd pick. Miami's got the 75th pick.
Yeah, but every time myself into Malik Willis. If you're the Vikings, how desperate are you to move?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Jets have 2 second-round picks. That's
Okay.
right. They have Dallas's. That's right. They have one of Dallas's second-round picks. Yeah, if the Jets want to send over a second, sure. They want to send the 44th pick for Mac Jones? Yeah, by all means, go for it.
Michael in the chat house. Jesse, do you hate Mac Jones? No, I don't think he's a starting quarterback for my team just because they're in a different spot. But also for the 49ers, go get a high pick.
But this is where and again, when
it's not about Mac, it's just maximizing the value for your backup quarterback.
I think in the way I would have thought about this prior to this year, I would have said, yeah, you're not getting more than like a 4th or 5th for Mac Jones. So either you be good with that or keep him and let him walk for nothing and get a compensatory pick in the 2027 draft. Like you could theoretically do that, or would it be 20? It doesn't matter. Get a compensatory pick in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl changes how teams look at this. Because Sam Darnold he started 1 game for the 49ers. He threw 46 passes for the 49ers. You go from that to the Vikings where he won 14 games to Seattle where he won the Super Bowl. In a copycat league like the NFL, in a league where teams are looking around and everybody's looking for a quarterback and they go, wow, the Patriots just got second-year Drake May to the Super Bowl. The Seahawks won the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold. We can get on that train. We can climb aboard the quarterback rehab train. Baker Mayfield, another guy. Baker Mayfield had a career resurgence once he signed with Tampa Bay. He got some time under Sean McVay, and now he's back. I wouldn't be shocked at all if you, Jesse, came from the future and said, yeah, hey, I'm from the future. What's up? I'm from May 2026. The Jets gave the Niners a 2nd-round pick for Mac Jones.
Maybe the Jets, and now as we talk through this and you talk about like teams being close and just kind of needing a guy to help get them through, what about the Atlanta Falcons?
I was going to say, let's just play this game.
They've got the 7th. They got a 3rd-round pick, 79th, the 15th pick of the 3rd round.
What teams need a quarterback? Let's go down the list.
Gotcha.
No, Denver, Seattle, New England, Jacksonville, Rams, Texans, Bills, Niners, Bears. No. I'm just going through Steelers.
Yes.
Steelers need a quarterback.
You need a quarterback.
I wonder if the Steelers would be one of those teams that would trade a 3rd-round pick for Mac Jones. They have the 76th overall pick. Are they looking at their team with Mike McCarthy, and saying,
It's a real lot.
We're a Mac Jones. We're a competent quarterback away.
They fit into that Atlanta Falcons type team where it's like, yes, I think for how close they were, not close, but just for how successful they were with Aaron Rodgers, I think, yeah, you look at Mac Jones, like we can still keep that high floor.
Rodgers might just be back in Pittsburgh though.
Could be.
Okay, so you've got Atlanta. That's 2.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. What they do with Kirk Cousins is going to be weird. Maybe they trade Kirk Cousins for Mac Jones.
I read something that he won't be their quarterback at the beginning of the new league year. Whether they cut him or trade him, he's not going to be there. So I think he
trade Mac Jones to Atlanta, sign Kirk Cousins after they trade him, and Kyle Shanahan and Kirk
Cousins
finally be together.
Yes.
That's when the 49ers will win a Super Bowl, once that finally happens. So we have Steelers, Falcons, Vikings.
Yes,
Vikings are on the list.
Yes. I don't know how you go into there with JJ McCarthy. Well, I do know, just because you give him another shot, but also I think you're right there.
I think the head coach is out on it.
Yeah.
Which to me means if you go get a quarterback that can just run the system, can Mac Jones just run the system? And he ran the hell out of Kyle Shanahan's system this year.
Yeah. No, Minnesota's on there.
That's 3. Steelers, Vikings, Falcons, Colts.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No. Dolphins?
Yes.
You may not want them, but
yes.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Jesse's a Dolphins fan, in case you didn't.
Those that know, yeah, I'm tortured and stuff as a sports
Saints?
fan.
They like Tyler Shuck.
No.
They like
I'm a Tyler Shuck guy.
Tyler Shuck might be that guy.
He might be the best quarterback in that division right now.
We're going to be Saints guys next year?
We might be.
I'm kind of in.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Saints.
Browns?
Yeah, but Mac Jones is no, they're not on the list because Mac Jones is not the guy you'd take a chance on if you're the Browns. You just go into the year with Shador, I think.
Commanders, no. Giants, no. Raiders, probably not.
No, Fernando Mata.
Jets?
Yes.
That's 5.
And
then it's Titans and Cardinals.
Cardinals
are a TBD. We'll call it 5.5.
Yeah, because you still got to get rid of Kyler Murray's contract.
Yeah. We'll call it 5.5 teams, depending on what happens at the Cardinals. Man.
There's options.
It's a lot of options.
And there's teams where it's like, I think the Falcons are one where it's like, I could see them giving up a third and be like, you know what? Let's just get a guy who can run the offense and get it going.
Can we compete? Yeah.
Steelers
Vikings, Steelers. Because that's the team he's going to have to go to. A bad team is not trading for Mac Jones. That's why the Jets need a quarterback. But I don't think the Jets are looking at Mac Jones and saying, oh, that's a solution. But I said earlier, if you told me that because I think the Jets might just be a bad organization.
That might be.
And the Jets are a bad organization. Yes. And they might just look at this and go, hey, if we just get a quarterback in here, maybe he's the Sam Darnold and we could just turn this thing around. I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Jets like, here's a second.
Also, you're going to need someone to play quarterback this year. The Justin Fields thing didn't work. I don't know who else is there.
And Justin Fields turned down the Pro Bowl. Good for him.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
It's been a rough couple years for Justin Fields.
It has been.
Go find your backup job.
Yeah. Not going to be in San Francisco. What do you think if the 49ers are going to start a career rehabilitation for a quarterback, who do you think it is? Is it Tua?
No, because you're going to have to trade for that.
It's a bad contract. Yeah, no, you're right.
But I don't know if it's career rehabilitating, but is Kirk Cousins really out of the realm of possibility?
Oh, it wouldn't be as a career rehab thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be that, but is he out of the possibilities of being the 49ers backup?
If Mac Jones gets traded.
Because Kyle Shanahan got to take the good life. It's like, yeah, our backup quarterback who's just competent. Give me that every time because I can win with that.
If Mac Jones gets traded and Kirk Cousins gets cut, he's going to be on the 49ers. Like that is book that right now.
I got you. All right, yeah. If we had to make a pick, it'd be that. But as far as career rehabilitation, I'm not sure really. Does Anthony Richardson get cut? Does even a guy who fits Kyle Shanahan? Yeah, no, you just made a face, so no.
I don't think Anthony Richardson is
keeps it G. Says Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson maybe. Although I think Zach Wilson's in the bucket with Anthony Richardson. I just don't think he's good. I think good because like Sam Darnold, at least before he came to San Francisco, remember he had the 2 years in Carolina, and that second season in Carolina was like, Sam Darnold wasn't horrible.
Yeah,
I think Zach Wilson's horrible.
Yeah, he's not good.
I think Zach Wilson just stinks.
I watched him this year, and the times he did play wasn't great. And there was a week where he lost his job to Quinn Ewers in practice.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's fine. We can skip that one.
I honestly think for the 49ers, I legitimately think they look at a player like Curtis Rourke, who they drafted in the 7th round, and they go, that's the guy.
I don't like that.
Can I write, by the way, we have a whiteboard in the studio.
Yes. Takes with stakes on the top.
Stakes. I'm going to erase all the Super Bowl ones today.
Okay, that's fine.
Seahawks. Kenny had Seahawks will not win a playoff game. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a bad beat.
Yeah. Right under that is John Morant will be a king in 48 hours. We're going on day 5.
Can I write if Mac Jones is traded and if Kirk Cousins is cut, he'll be on the 49ers?
Yeah.
That plays? Or do I have to fully call that all those
things
it
needs to happen for
because I'm not totally sure Mac Jones is going to get traded.
Yeah, you can do the ifs, I think, because that is a take. Like, you're calling your shot now, so I think that would work. It's just one has to be traded. If Kirk Cousins gets cut and Mac Jones gets traded, then yeah, it's plays because it's like, all right, we'll see where Kirk goes. But you kind of need them both to happen. Okay. So I think you can throw it on there. Like, it's a take.
I'm just not totally sure that Mac Jones is going to get traded.
That's the thing. Wait till he gets traded then.
Okay.
Because you're not going to sign Kirk Cousins before you trade Mac Jones. So let's wait till Mac Jones gets traded, and then boom, Kirk Cousins will be the 49ers backup. You can write that. Okay. Maybe that's the way we do that.
That's Jesse Toppe. I'm Kyle Madsen. This is The Jump. We're live 7 to 9 a.m. every day right here on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Leader. Really appreciate you hanging out with us, whether you're on 1320 a.m. or 98.5 FM HD2, whether you're on YouTube and Twitch, youtube.com/ESPN1320, twitch.tv/ESPN1320. And if you're listening on the Rewind, the Jump Rewind, if you're listening right now and it's sometime between noon and 2, this would be coming up at about like 1:50-ish. Hi, hello. We appreciate you hanging out with us during the Jump Rewind. That's the Jump 7 to 9 a.m. that re-airs from noon to 2, unless there's breaking news. Can you still be bought in on a team? Because you mentioned the other night on Saturday how empty Golden One Center was. Well, in relation to how it has been in the past.
Yeah.
Can you still be like bought in on the tank if you're going to fewer games than you used to?
What do you mean? Like you're not going? Like you less bought in because you're not going?
Yeah,
no, because I think that's a bigger thing.
Yeah, I mean, because there's people always use this happened a lot with the 49ers.
Yeah.
At Levi Stadium, people will show, here's Levi Stadium in 2016. Here's Levi Stadium this year. Look at all that. I'm never going to blame a fan who's like, because you could be a huge Kings fan. You could be fully invested in what the team is doing this year. But I have a hard time blaming a fan who's like, yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm not going to go tonight.
Well, yeah, it's not just the tanks, the way things have been run, it's the decisions that have been made. And it's not just, oh yeah, my team is losing ball games. I think there's fans out there who are just fed up and it's like, yeah, I'm not really giving this team any of my money until they're just making right decisions finally. I think that's kind of part of it rather than like, yeah, like you're not really bought in on the tank. The Kings have a lot of cleaning up to do before it's like, oh yeah, we got everyone back and things like that. And I don't like, point being, it's not just a tanking thing. Like I wouldn't blame the fans that aren't going because like they have their reasons. And for some of them, they're just fed up right now. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to my money until we finally see some functioning stuff going on here.
I do wonder if the young players continue ascending in the way they have over the last week, if that just trajectory continues, if we see that change as the season comes to an end.
Maybe. I mean, it could be. This is never going to be like Charlotte or Atlanta where it's just empty.
No.
Like that's never going to be the case here. Like when talking about like, yeah, it's empty. It's like relatively, there's not 20,000 people in the building right now.
Well, the people who were there locked in.
Yeah, exactly. I was there on Saturday. People were cheering. It was loud. The vibes were up. Atmosphere was good for the people that were there and things like that. But I mean, yeah, if the young guys are playing well, like, yeah, maybe you'll start to see more come back in. But like I said, it's just people just want something to buy into. And like I said, just some stability.
Yeah. And like you said, nobody outwardly cheering for losses.
Yeah. Like that's just not a thing. Like on social media and stuff. And just when you're at home.
Totally.
Sure, yeah. Like, yeah, they need to lose this game because you're worried about the draft pick. But when
you go to tonight, man.
Yeah, when you go to a Kings game, you're not like, oh, yeah, they need to lose because you just paid money for that.
See, I say they need to lose tonight, but then also there's part of me that is also like, well, you got to beat the Pelicans.
You're being a double agent, and that's fine. You can be a double agent when it comes to your team being as bad as they are, or the team that you're covering being as bad as they are. It's just, yeah, like you want to see team, because we're fans. All right, we're fans. Like, you're not a Kings fan, I'm not a Kings fan, but we're fans in sports in general and stuff, and we know, like, when it comes down to it, we all feel better after a win than a loss.
Yeah,
but
it's
also
just how sports works.
Just the grander scheme of things, like, yes, it's better off if the Kings lose this game because, hey, come June or come May, I guess, if you want to go to the lottery first, like, hopefully those ping pong balls go your way where, yeah, you got a top pick. Because then it makes the losing all worth it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's just you got to be a double agent as a fan at this point.
Yeah, man. And we talked about, we keep talking about the young players, but that's Nate Clifford, Devin Carter, Dylan Cardwell,
Maxime
Reynaud. If it continues to be those guys kind of leading the way like they did this past weekend on Friday and Saturday at Golden One Center, that's undeniably a good ass time.
Yeah.
That's a good time watching basketball, win or lose. It's just reached a point that the W's and L's feel secondary. And if you're going to give me a 30-piece from Nate Clifford,
take it.
I'll take that all day. Huge game tonight. I'm going to be dialed.
Big game.
Kings, Pelicans, Smoothie King Arena. Smoothie King Center? Smoothie King Arena?
Smoothie King Center, I believe. I looked that up.
Smoothie King Center.
Yeah.
And then they got the Jazz. A couple of big games coming up for the Kings. Lock in. We're going to be here hanging out with you for all of it. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madsen. This has been The Jump. No Joe Brazil today. Joe will be back tomorrow, though.
Joe's off on Monday, so he can be with the people on Saturdays.
Yeah. Salute to promotions. And a big shout out to our friends at Mojo's.
Shout out Mojo's.
A couple people from our guy Michigan in the chat at youtube.com/ESPN1320. Our guy Steven Castaneda pulled up to Mojo's. Tried the onion rings. Loved them.
Shout out. Shout out always pulls up too.
Good selection of beer. I gotta get out there. I'm gonna carve out a day where I just hang out here all day.
I'll meet you out there.
Okay, great. I love that. I love that for us. Maybe our buddy Rich Eisen can come with us.
Yes.
Our favorite coworker.
Maybe.
Yeah, might pull up too. Speaking of Rich Eisen, our favorite coworker, he is up next right here on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Leader. For Jesse Tapia, I'm Kyle Madsen. This has been The Jump. Back tomorrow with you at 7 a.m. Until then, drink water. Be nice to people. No, it won't.
Yeah, Ms. Maxon, the show does fly by pretty fast. Appreciate you, Bobby. Appreciate you, Reed. Appreciate you guys being up here so early. Shout out Norm.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
You got an answer for this?
It was already.
Oh, it was already. It's there now. Or was.
Try and get over there today. They might still have some. I think they tapped it for the big game.
No, Jalen, we told you it's not baseball season.
Not baseball season. Unless he's saying, like, let's go baseball season because it's around the corner.
Yeah, fine.
That's fine.
But if you pull up with baseball season, we're going to tell you to go home for it now. Appreciate you, Frank.
It's not your time yet, baseball. Can't wait for baseball season, though. Yeah.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
Later, chatty.
I'll see you guys later. But yeah, you get the point.